So I picked up one of those turkey Monterey Jack sandwiches at 7-Eleven. And I found these kettle chips. They're smoked Gouda. 7-Eleven. They're like $1 or something. They're really, really good. The sandwich comes in a little case like this. They used to be my favorite, but they're kind of expensive, but I use points on them. So that was a sandwich. It's smoked turkey and Monterey Jack cheese sandwich. It's pretty good. It's about, I don't know, $5. And I got one of those Tabasco things too. I was really hungry. I didn't eat all day. But anyway, I got to pick up some pizza at New York Pizza out in the middle of these suburbs. So that's our next stop. Really good. Try them out. It's Gouda right here. Kettle. Smoked Gouda and kettle. Not too bad. But when it comes to respecting the other person, that was put into place. So some of that police reform has already taken place in Keller. Right now, I can tell. They were more respectful than I think they probably would have been maybe a year ago. That was just politeness. But ideally, they don't have to wear the mask when they approach your car. But if they're in a closed area, like in your home, or if they have you in a holding cell, they're going to have to wear a mask. And that's going to change pretty soon, depending on which way Corona goes. I think we have 1 million death toll right now. So I have a feeling probably that entire police department, a lot of it will be probably rearranged. CDC guidelines, I would say ultimately, unfortunately, were not followed now that I review it. I'm writing about it right now in my second book. Not Chin, but Chin 2. Which is under a category of fever blister and chapped lips, because that's what you get a lot of times when you're under a lot of stress, especially you don't get enough water, your lips get chapped, and you sometimes get a fever blister. And also chin, because I was assaulted last year at a Burger King by a Burger King employee, which I did call the police, but they did not show up at a very, let's just say it took them forever to even get there. So I ended up forgiving the guy for the assault. So I could have had that guy locked up. And getting an assault charge is different than an unpaid traffic ticket. Regardless, I would say ultimately their main training is going to be in practicing better CDC. Unless they can prove that it doesn't exist, which I don't think anyone in the department can necessarily prove, that Corona is imaginary, that we do have 1 million people that are dead. And this is a war against the pandemic. Now, if I was put in there for a certain reason to report this, I don't know. But that's something I would seriously focus on in all departments, is worrying about CDC guidelines, because they're there and they're present. Hey, it's just part of life. Things change. So they need to learn adaptation, or they need to learn how to adapt to the new, what's going on. Unless they can prove that there is no Corona. Now, there are cameras inside the jails. So whether everything is going to be investigated or not, I don't know how far it's going to go. But if they continue arresting people and not wearing masks and not following guidelines, and let's say someone ends up getting it and dies, that could be attempted murder charges maybe, because they put them in a situation that endangered their life by not following something for political reasons. Okay, you don't put politics above someone's life. You don't kill someone because they're Democratic, or you don't kill someone because they're Republican. You respect their points of view. So some of the respect was there, being cordial and being nice, but yet again, by not wearing a mask, and also it was an unpaid traffic ticket, you know. But I mean, I'm not making major complaints or anything. That's the only thing that came to mind after, being free for a couple of days, was I noticed they didn't practice any CDC, and I practice CDC every day. You know, I've got my mask every day. So I don't know. It's the only thing I would say is just be a little more careful. And my final sum up of the arrest that happened because of the unpaid traffic ticket, and I went into Keller jail. The final thing that I have to say, not one officer wore a mask. Not one, the entire time, in any of the process at all. So not one during the whole thing. It's a very, very political choice there. Very political. Not a single officer wore a mask. And what I've heard is they don't have to wear a mask when they come to the side, but they come to the side over here. Because of CDC, they don't come to the side over here. It's further distance. So they don't have to wear their mask there. They can look very pretty and smile, right, when they're over there. But when they're putting you in the back of a car, they have to wear a mask. If I'm not mistaken, I think even the officer that arrested George Floyd, I think there was a moment, I think maybe he may have worn a mask inside the vehicle. I have to go back and look at some of the footage, even though he killed George Floyd with a chokehold. The officers were respectful, but when I think about everyone reacts differently to Corona, and everyone has different respects toward the CDC. Remember, I keep my 6 foot on every drop. I wear a mask on every single drop. I keep it a distance, okay? So they're gonna have to look at the motivation of the arrest because of an unpaid traffic ticket, and then value the importance of that. What was the importance of it? Now, if it was murder, or if it was rape, or if it was, something very, very serious, I would understand. Those things, I understand those things to a certain degree because of the importance of it. But a traffic ticket where you're going 10 miles over that was supposed to be fought with a lawyer. It was a law firm in the law firm that I hired was in Arlington. I do not recommend the law offices of Chase Horton out of Arlington. They are now only working with bankruptcy and no longer fighting tickets, to my knowledge. That I hired to fight the ticket. And I had a feeling that they just kept putting the date back on the trial for the actual speeding ticket, which was in a school zone. And I kind of blame Google Maps a little bit for not alerting me because I didn't see any yellow flashing light or anything whenever it happened. So I didn't know exactly. I was in a school zone. I was on a bridge I was driving over a bridge. I was on a bridge at the time, and I had gone this weird pattern for a certain reason. But regardless, it was lagged. They never told me that because of the unpaid traffic ticket that there was a warrant issued. And now, I had to deal with that. So now we go back and we look and we assess. I'd say when you're in the vehicle, wear your mask. When you're making the arrest, going through all the paperwork, they should have had mask on the entire time. Mask, mask, mask. Just in case. That's the most important part of it. And I don't even think they should have probably went through the whole arrest for a ticket anyway. I told the officer at the time that was my next bill that I was going to pay because they had sent me a mail about, that if you don't pay this, then, it didn't say anything about a warrant. It just said, that it was unpaid and everything. And I figured the lawyers were still pushing the date back like lawyers do, or a law firm does when you fight a ticket. Because I fought tickets before and actually had them dismissed. So anyway, it's paid now. So, I think that was a pretty political thing. If the motivations can be proven that it was done because of politics, and they knew who I was because of the vlog, and it was done out of politics, then that's the officer's job. It could be the part of that department's jobs could be lined up, and there could be a restructuring of that police department if they knew about the vlog. And one of the officers did go like this to me. So I hope they didn't. I hope it wasn't done out of politics. I hope it was done because it was an unpaid traffic ticket, right? Like they do with everybody they come across that didn't know that there was an unpaid traffic ticket. I think sometimes those warrants are actually optional, aren't they? We'll find out, though. That's why there's the vlog. The vlog is there to find truth, to find out what's going on. It has to do a lot with behavior. Anyway, we're picking up Buffalo Wild Wings right here. So we're going in because I made a promise to my company, be respectful. This pretty face gets covered for CDC purposes because I'm still fighting a war against the pandemic the right way. Babe Ruth.